So talk about your vision for Alpha Omega. I know you have big dreams. You mentioned I think you wanted to be nationwide one day.
Yeah, you remember it. Like, yes, I have real big to be in all 50 states, that have great team members, that have over 3,000 plumbing technician. Back then, I said I have about over 1,000 office staff, but I don't need that anymore. But
Yeah.
having technicians, because my goal, my dream is to have other men and women live out their dream. Like if they
Hmm.
want that dream car, if they want that dream house or vacation, it came kind of through me, from God, through me, that I'm giving it out to them, giving them the experience. One of my niche, another niche, instead of just having home warranty, I have right now more female technicians than I have male. So I don't care what you are, but I want you to live your dream. And I want my technicians worldwide to just look and say, the business got me the house, the business got me the vacation, whatever their dreams are. So yes, be in all 50 states and Canada and Mexico.
This episode is brought to you by Pierre Tax and Accounting, led by CPA Eric Pierre, a seasoned accounting and tax expert with years of experience helping individuals and businesses navigate complex financial landscapes. Whether you need personal tax planning, business tax strategy, bookkeeping, or financial planning support, Eric and his team are committed to helping you protect and grow your financial future with clarity and confidence. To get expert guidance you can trust, check out Pierre Tax and Accounting at pierreaccounting.com. We'd also like to thank Data Driven Decisions, founded by Katy Forster, for sponsoring today's show. Data Driven Decisions specializes in accounting, bookkeeping, payroll, and advisory services tailored specifically for small businesses and entrepreneurs who want financial clarity and peace of mind. From KPI reporting to fractional CFO support and QuickBooks training, Katy's team brings big firm expertise with a personal touch. Visit them at datadriven.coach to see how smart financial support can make all the difference in your business growth. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Builder's Bible. I'm joined by my good friend, Joevon Barnes, who's a friend of mine from Rise Up Kings. You guys probably noticed a trend. A lot of my friends on this podcast are from Rise Up Kings. Joevon and I have been through some interesting things together.
Yes, we have.
And he is a plumber, Alpha Omega Plumbing. And I've actually not had a lot of plumbers on the show, so I'm fascinated to dive into it with him. And he has a big vision on what he wants to see happen with his business. Joevon, tell us how you got into this trade, which all of a sudden apparently is like super hot with private equity and, data centers and all this stuff. I feel like it's a good place to be right now, but tell us about it.
I fell into it. I didn't even know I wanted to be a plumber. Growing up, I don't come from a long line of plumbing families. I never even liked to get dirty. I was at a job. I got my college degree. I got 3 different degrees. I got a criminal justice psychology, and I was working in the prison system, and I got blocked. And it was one of those days that I just needed to get out of those confined walls of the inmates. Then I got blocked in by a plumber, and he was fixing what now I know as a clean out. Back then, I was just like, he's on the ground doing something. I don't know what he was doing. But he just started talking to me, and that's how it goes with people. You just start having a conversation, and he was talking about all the things he's doing in life, and I was more or less, I can't even do this. I'm not making this much or anything. So he told me come, and the company was Rotor Rooter. He told me come. Uh, see how it is, put a name in. I didn't know at the time he was like a supervisor. So when I came in, they were waiting for me. They was like, oh, we've been waiting for you. He told us about it. And so I went on a ride along, and for some strange reason, a pretty boy, and you got to imagine this is years ago where I still had a flat top fade hair and everything. And I fell in love with it. I figured out something, and I was like, I could do something with my hands, because you don't want me to build you anything, but I figured out what something was, and then it just kept going from there. And now here we are. I'm 20 years in business, and so I've probably been doing plumbing about 24 years, and I just found it, loved it. I still have my hands on because I still love doing it. my goal is to weed myself off more and more, but I still love figuring out things because it's not new construction, it's service and repairs, and figuring
Yeah.
out why did the old plumbers do it that way, and just seeing how it's revolving now with the new technology. Like I was brought up soldering things, and now they got new technology called like pro press, mega press, that you don't even have to solder anymore.
Hmm. Jovan, I know your business model is you do a lot with like warranty companies. So I talk a lot to a lot of plumbers that feel like they're job to job. They're not sure where the next job is going to come from. But you seem to have a really good flow with guaranteeing like warranties on how does that work? Where does that business come from?
Yeah, I got into a niche because my first plumbing business, I was a franchise with Mr. Rooter, and my regional manager at the time, I guess you would call her. She was like, maybe you should do this and incorporate home warranties. I didn't even know what home warranties was all about. And so I got in with some of the now five major home warranties. And I'm a preferred vendor, and they just send me work orders and I go out do the job. It's not regular price jobs. They get a bit of a discount because I don't pay for marketing or advertising. And I got in with them. I got in with Lowe's, and I just get jobs fed to me. And not sounding like I'm bragging, but I'm not doing anything like a lot of plumbers who's on Yelp or Facebook, whatever, trying to generate marketing business. I have not marketed in about 18 plus years.
Hmm. Gotcha. So that's pretty incredible to be able to say something like that. Do you feel like there's a sticking point in your business? Like, do you feel stuck at all, or what are you trying to accomplish, and what's preventing you from getting there?
Well, sometimes I do feel stuck. Sometimes, like I even said, they're sending me some of the handyman work. Um, what's stopping me, I could say, is me, but the biggest thing is getting key plumbing technicians out there, and reliable ones, because I have some who stayed with me, and I'm pretty sure since you had a lot of people on here who does construction, for especially here in California, for they pay people more to stay at home than to go out and do a job. So trying to find a good plumbing technician, um, who has the skills, who's not going to be a liability to me out there. That's one of my biggest challenge, because they all think they need to make NFL money when they don't even know how to turn a wrench yet.
Hmm. What's your favorite part about what you do every day?
Problem solving, like,
Yeah.
because, and how you said I built my business on home warranty, I am never the first plumber out there. I'm like the third or fourth where other plumbers couldn't resolve the problem. And that's how I built my technicians. And so I have to always think outside of the box and on how we're going to get this done. And so that's what I love about it, just
Give me an
problem
example.
solving.
That's interesting. Give me an example of that. So you're typically the third or fourth one on the scene. Those other guys are just saying, I don't want to deal with this.
No, they try and they don't know how to deal with it. Just like recently, I was on a job that they couldn't get the drain line open, and they couldn't figure it out. They were saying they cabled it as they said, and it needed to be hydrojet. And so those are like challenges to me. I'm going behind somebody, and I'm about to win this battle. And I always get it open with least effort. And the one thing is, since other people was there for so long and had such a problem, they don't understand how I do it fast. I had great teachers, and I would tell you, even when I played college sport, I am a lazy athlete and I'm a lazy plumber. I'm gonna take the field that's, I'm gonna do it quick and get out of there. I don't want to be there all that time because I don't get paid by the hour, especially owning a business. So the more I could do, the more profit I could make. So I'm in and out.
That's awesome. What do you feel like is your biggest? So you talked about skilled labor. What do you feel like besides that is a sticking point for you right now? Is it marketing? Is it acquiring new clients? Is it social media? Like what are sticking points for you right now in your business?
Sticking points is office, getting some of the reports turned in, and like you said earlier, I don't do a lot of marketing, but this year, and you and I talked personally, I'm thinking about venturing out to marketing and expanding even more. So I could say marketing is a issue, but I don't know yet. But
Yep.
office things, you and I talked, and you're about to help me with my office by giving me a VA, and I don't know how many VAs people could have, but I already envision and write because I write every morning. I was like, I have three great qualified VAs that's working. That's how my growth mindset. I have three of them doing it, plus my regular office people. And you're the one who opened my eyes, so I'm gonna give you a plug out because I kept thinking I need to hire some office people, having some people sit down in the office and work. No, they could be anywhere as long as they know the format.
I talked to a rec guy the other day. He's a restoration guy, and he also is a plumber, and he's an OG rec guy. So he's been around for like all 5 years. You know, he's one
Yeah,
of the first 20 pods, and he's like, "Yeah, I have five of them now." And he's like, "I just can't believe." And so, dude, you could put a gun to my head. I say this all the time. You would not convince me to hire an American for admin stuff. You couldn't do it because the quality I can get for $5 to $10 an hour is insane overseas. But that allows you, Joevon, thinking about your business and what you want to do, to go make a more competitive offer for the tech, for the skilled laborer, which
yeah,
is all the guys in your space. That's the pain point, right?
yeah,
And so, where can I preserve resources in my current company to allow me to go out and get the plumber off the couch or whatever and pay
yeah.
him the NFL contract or whatever you want to say it? Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I still
Um,
have that old school thinking that I have to do it this way, this way. Like by talking to you, and I met Andrew in August, and we've been through some things in that short amount of time, and since August, um, I always just thought I have to have a handwritten invoice, person in the office, just old school. The only thing old school we don't have are technicians with their butt crack showing. All of us has to wear a belt. That's mandatory in the uniform. But you got me to open up more, and I was like, boom. Like now I'm looking at pro invoice programs that we could do it on a not a laptop, a pad or something. So that's why I'm
yeah,
saying I'm old school. It took us a while to even get going this morning because I'm not on this type of computer all the time.
yeah. I hear you. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. My favorite moment is when you have the aha moment and they start kicking butt for you. The VA does, and you're just like, wait a sec, I should have done this a while ago.
Yeah.
So,
I'm
um,
always behind the curve. Let me tell you another story about being behind the curve. I know you like want to get into plumbing, but back when the what is it called? iPod came out? No,
yeah.
iPad. Yeah, with the music. My brother bought me one. I don't know if it was a birthday or Christmas gift. It stayed in that package for almost a year until somebody put it on me and said, we could stroll through all of these and look at all the music you have. I was still carrying around at the gym a CD player and flipping CDs. So technology was never my first thing, but then when I find it, it'd be like, oh man, this is amazing.
Well, dude, I've been going deep on some vinyl lately. In fact, I had to cut myself off because I was buying too many. But
Yeah.
dude, any of that kind of stuff, I feel you. I still remember having my CD book in my first car and flipping through it. Those were good days.
Yeah.
So talk about your vision for Alpha Omega. I know you have big dreams. You mentioned I think you wanted to be nationwide one day.
Yeah. Yeah. You remember it. Like, yes, I have real big to be in all 50 states, that have great team members, that have over 3,000 plumbing technician. At back then, I said I have about over 1,000 office staff, but I don't need that anymore. But
Yeah.
having technicians, because my goal, my dream is to have other men and women live out their dream. Like if they
Hmm.
want that dream car, if they want that dream house or vacation, it came kind of through me, from God through me, that I'm giving it out to them, giving them the experience. One of my another niche, instead of just having home warranty, I have right now more female technician than I have male. So I don't care what you are, but I want you to live your dream, and I want to my technicians worldwide to just look and say the business, not me, because that would be selfish, but the business got me the house, the business got me the vacation, whatever their dreams are. So yes, be in all 50 states and Canada and Mexico.
Love that. I love that. Um, let's talk about AI for a sec. Obviously, it's shaping in some way, shape, and form the plumbing industry. Where do you feel like it's going to affect plumbing the most?
Um, I've been looking into it, and I haven't looked into it that much, but I don't think it can really, my personal opinion today, that it could really change a lot because you need that person out there to fix it. Google, what is it, YouTube could only show you a way. Because I did get with these home warranties, they offered me a good amount to say, hey, why don't you be the plumber behind the screen? That means like people call in and I give them advice. I was like, I could, but it's just not gonna work unless you have that wrench to the pipe or know what's going on. It's not gonna work. Just like Google, if you ever Google how long it would take to install a garbage disposal, they say 4 hours. It takes me 15 minutes. So how will it work? It probably will, that I don't know of, but unless you have a robot or something going out, I don't know.
Well, don't even get me started on robots, but I agree with you. I think when I watch all the guys like Grant Cardone and all those influencers online, they talk about how the safe professions right now are skilled professions. And so it's curious, man. I wonder because I talk to so many blue collar guys. I wonder if trade school will become sexy again. You know, um,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
hope
know.
so.
I don't know. Yeah.
Because I got the license to teach it. It's funny how you're talking about trade school. I put my goal, this is my vision room. Most people have vision board. Here's one of my goals for the trade school. So to get plumbers out there, to get electricians, everybody out there, um, because yeah, it has to become sexy. Not everybody wants to go to college, and with some of the problems people are having from autism or whatever ADHD, they can't sit and focus in that classroom time, or even I believe you went to college. Even that dorm life, if you have any of those things going on, it might be too much for you.
I love that. Well, last thing I want to talk about is you and I know each other through Rise Up Kings. I always try to get a soundbite for those guys. You know, what are some ways it's affected, you know, your life, business, ministry, marriage, any of the things?
Um, in every way. One, I joined. I didn't even know what I was joining when I joined Rise Up King. I just thought it was, hey, I'm gonna go through a seminar, and I might have to, run or something. I was like, whatever, I'll get it done. And then from just them knowing the biblical thing, I got myself baptized, and then now I got me a spiritual father. Didn't even know what a spiritual father was. Today is my 275th day of reading passage in the Bible straight. Never had that. So what did they do? They opened me up. I always believed in God because I was born and raised a Jehovah's Witness, but I wasn't practicing. So I
Oh,
always,
that's interesting. I didn't know
yeah,
that.
yeah. So and it was hardcore. I was considered a Jehovah's Witness all the way up until my mom died, where I couldn't get answers of why didn't we help her out more. And so I just was out there, but I always prayed and everything. But this got me to pray. This got me to open the Bible, and I call the Bible God's love letter to us. That was my own
Hmm.
personal thing. So I read the love letter every day and see where it takes me.
Hmm. I want to double click on the Jehovah's Witness thing all of a sudden. I studied that in college.
Did
Okay,
you?
so real quick. Yeah, I did. So I studied, I remember I wrote a sociology paper on Kingdom Halls because I went to one in Charlotte. They had six different services: Russian, Chinese. It was a very eclectic one. And what blew me away when I went was number one, the fact that it was the same service all across the globe,
Yeah,
which that was so strange for me. Two, I had little kids coming up and quoting scripture to me, which I was like, it's misplaced, right? The zeal, right?
yeah,
The whole watchtower thing, controlling the theology from the top down, that
yeah.
was fascinating to me. But yeah, man, I went into a deep dive on and then the 144,000 in the Book of Revelations, like that would scare the crap out of me. Like every one of these people door knocking, door to door, trying to
Yeah.
get into the 144,000. So did you have to unjunk your mind a bit when coming back to faith?
No, because I was already so far gone. Like I said, I fell out of it when my mom
Mm-hmm.
died, but I was already out of it. I was like, I've done so much, and I'm just saying, I went to college in Las Vegas, so I've done so much. I'm not part of those 144,000. And yeah, when I was growing up being young, it was like, I have to be perfect. And I couldn't
Yeah.
sustain that. So it's interesting because like holidays come up and everything, and I still have that Jehovah's Witness background in me. Like holidays are not big for me because they don't believe in it. They
Yeah.
call it a pagan holiday, and they don't even believe in your birthday. When I'm like, that's the only reason why you're here. So I'm still working with some of the beliefs. Like I went all out. Well, a couple years ago, I bought a Christmas tree, which I would have never had, and that's normal for people, but not for Jehovah's Witnesses.
Hmm.
So things
What
like
is it?
that.
They don't give blood. They don't serve in the military. They don't celebrate holidays. What are some of the other weird
Yeah,
things?
they don't take blood, and that was one of my biggest things because my mom needed blood, so she died because she didn't get the blood transfusion. All holidays are pagan holidays. You can celebrate your anniversary, and by them being a religion, they will disfellowship you in a minute. Like they will cut ties in a minute if it's not going by their little box.
Dang.
Yeah, so it's
Dang, dude.
strict. When I went to my first Christian church and I seeing people wear jeans because you got to dress up with a suit and tie. I'm seeing
Yep.
people wearing jeans and things. I'm like, what's going on? And then it's not like this like quiet person talking in a mellow tone the whole time. You got
Mm.
people yelling, people walking around saying amen. When I first heard people yelling amen as the pastor's talking, I was, why are they being so rude? So I'm still learning some things in the Christian faith.
Anything else we didn't talk about today that gets you fired up?
I could talk about me all the time. I love myself. So a lot of things could get me fired up from, you talked about that I do plumbing, but I just don't own plumbing business. I do real estate. I have commercial real estate business. And I'm not competing with you, but I do sort of a form of a podcast. It's called broadcasting. So I'm just out there and just loving life. And a lot of this stuff, like the broadcasting stuff, came after Ruck because I was open to it. So those are the fun things that we'll talk about.
Where can people find your stuff if they want to learn more about you?
I'm still working on that, so they could find me. One of the things with my broadcast is called Toilet Talk Nation, and that's at yahoo.com. I would give a plug out if you're in the Greater Bay Area, Sacramento area, Central Valley. You can always give us a call if you have plumbing needs at 888-479-1270. But as we talked about technology, I am still getting into the Facebooks, the Instagrams, and all that fun stuff. And I'm going to use you to get me into that, Andrew, because
I'm here, baby. I'm here for it.
Where can they find me? They have to search for me right now.
Yeah, I love it. Well, Joevon, thanks so much for coming on the podcast. Don't go anywhere. I want to keep chopping it up with you, but thanks for coming on the show.
Okay, no problem.